Two. Oh, shoot, it started. Oh, welcome back to the Front Office Podcast. I'm joined with one of you.
Oh, me and Neb, how y'all doing?
Nice to see you again.
Yes, sir. We're back at it with another podcast episode. Y'all went crazy. Yeah, y'all went crazy. Y'all went crazy last for an hour and six podcasts. Y'all went crazy. 50 views. If you watched an hour and six, I don't think y'all know. YouTube won't give it a view unless someone watches if it's an hour and 6 minutes. Like if you watch 20 minutes of it. So if and we got what 50 times six, so that's what 300 minutes watched. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's a lot. That's a lot of time.
Yeah.
So for everyone that watched, we're gonna keep recording, keep grinding. We don't do this for views. We do this because sports is fun. We'd be talking before this started, we were talking for the past 15 minutes. So we're doing this with or without recording. So this is just something we like to do. But anyways, let's get started with the first topic of the day. Neb, what happened to your Ravens? What happened to Big Trust? What happened to Big Trust?
I ain't gonna hold you, man. Look, let me tell you something, man. I was watching that game, bro. I was so hurt. What I've taken away is we need a number one receiver and we need a better offensive line. I mean, granted, we our tackle is out. Ronnie Stanley out for the year. That man is an amazing tackle. He's a young man with promise, but that man I think broke his ankle earlier against one of our games against Indianapolis.
Mhm.
And he's been out ever since. But I mean, that was a big loss. But we couldn't even snap the ball right, man. You ain't see that? We literally, I believe Patrick Skura should get cut. I don't want to be reaching no man's pockets and all that, but we got Lamar's first injury, bro. But then again, Lamar played bad too. He had one play where he missed Hollywood Brown on a slant when he was wide open. That would have been touchdown. Instead, we drive down, throw a pick six at the 1 yard line.
Yeah, that pick six, low key, and I think the dude who picked it off was Taron Johnson. Without that pick six, y'all might still be in a ball game. Because think about it, let's say y'all kick a field goal. What 10? It would be 10-6 because they scored off that, right? So it'd be 10-6. But that's a different ball game than 17-3.
Let me tell you something though. That route right there, people have been calling I guess in the Ravens culture right now, people have been saying that Greg Roman, our offensive coordinator, should be fired. But I'm not gonna hold you. No, I mean I don't think he should be fired, but that play calling is so vanilla or basic. Lamar Jackson just stared down Mark Andrews all the way. That is a post route outside behind the lineman, behind the defender. That's the go-to route. If you look at that play closely, the corner for the Buffalo Bills literally scooted. He was playing in between, pretty much between Willie Snead and between Mark Andrews.
Yeah,
that man was held very close because he knew it was going to go there.
Yeah.
If Lamar had switched out to read out Willie Snead, that's a touchdown.
For sure.
I guess easier said than done though, but that was killer.
Yeah.
But what we gotta talk about though is that Ravens defense, the number one scoring league, we hold them to 10 points. I mean, the other one was a pick six, but 10 points.
Oh, true. Okay, offense only. Yeah, 10. And what I tell you, if Stephon Diggs got over 100 yards, y'all probably gonna lose the game. I think I said if you go back and look at the last podcast, I was like, yo,
you did.
You got 106 yards.
I'm not gonna hold you. All right, Mark. It was called Wink Martindale, amazing defensive coordinator. But I got a question though. Why do you put Tramon Williams, a man clearly out of his prime, line up in the slot against Stephon Diggs?
I don't know.
That was that pissed me off because the amount of times that man Stephon Diggs would burn Tramon Williams and get yardage. I love Stephon Diggs, hometown hero, Maryland. I love him. I look at it, I was like, this is not real. They went to him back to back.
Yeah, no.
And then the touchdown they scored, that was a mix-up. How you gonna have three wide receivers lined up for the screen and only one defensive back and one outside back here, Marlon Humphrey?
It didn't make any sense. I think they were hoping they ran some kind of verts route or some kind of where the receivers actually go in different directions. The screen was actually whoever called that. I doubt they called a screen coming into the play. They probably saw what was going on.
I mean, to be real with you, either way, it was a great game by the Bills. To be real with you, I wish nothing but the best. I mean, Bills Mafia. That's probably one of the greatest fan bases. So how they all donated to Lamar's charity afterwards.
Yeah,
I got support for them. They're an amazing fan base. To be real with you, I can't stand Josh Norman, but as y'all know, I hate the guy. I'm sorry, but I feel I want them to win Super Bowl, man. Because they've been 1991, 1992, 1993, 1994. They went back to back Super Bowl and lost all 4 of them. So, I need them. I want them to win. Let them get that one Super Bowl win.
Not even that, but I feel like they're the only team that can other than the Packers, of course, but like in the AFC at least, though, out of the whole playoff race, they're the only team, in my opinion, that can keep up with the Chiefs. Like, there's no other team, in my opinion, that has any chance of competing with Patrick Mahomes. Like, they have the weapons on offense to do so, and they have a better, in my opinion, a better defense than the Chiefs to actually like go ahead. They have the best defense on the Ravens, notwithstanding because they're out. But like, if the Browns had won, like, what are they gonna like? Their defense is terrible. Like, they're not stopping the Bills. So you're like, these are like literally,
especially if they're in zone coverage, you got to watch out for that one man, 27, Tre'Davious White.
That's what I'm saying.
Is a ball hawk, and then what's called Micah Hyde on the other side, bro.
They can go in man and just blitz too. Like they
have the only thing on the NFL right now, only one defense can come close to them, and that's the Bucs defense.
Oh, for sure. If the Bucs and Chiefs play in the Super Bowl, which I'm expecting them to do, I doubt that the Chiefs aren't gonna have their way. Not with the Bucs. They have the front 7 to match up with, and their secondary is very underrated. Like, it's pretty good.
Bro, the linebackers with the Buccaneers are just dogs.
Oh my, Devin White, Levante David.
Winfield, my boy Winfield, like just everywhere. Like, they were forcing. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, I have love for Drew Brees, but they made him look like Dwayne Haskins.
Oh, for sure. 3 picks, 1 touchdown. You could.
Okay, I'm sorry. That one play, that the last pick, I think, to Devin White, where Drew Brees threw that ball way too early to Alvin Kamara. Alvin Kamara wasn't even looking back for the ball yet.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And literally, Devin White read the eyes, picked it, almost ran it back. Like, that was like, like, I saw that and I was like, come on, buddy.
It's one thing to lead a receiver. Like, let's say he's not looking yet, but he's running that way.
Yeah.
That's one thing. But like, if you throw it, and first of all, like, if the linebacker's never really looking at the running back or the receiver, maybe at the peripheral. He's always looking at the quarterback's eyes. Where is he looking? Mm-hmm. So if you telegraph if you just throw the pass early before he even knows where it is, that's one thing. But if you're a receiver, you're always looking for the ball. But like, if you're still in your breaking out of a route, you never throw that ball. Like, it's just
by the time Alvin Kamara turned around, the play was going the other way.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he had no, you can't blame it. Like, if you go back and film, that's not my fault. I hadn't even broken my first route yet. Like,
look, that play design works, and it tells me something. Like, the only time they scored a TD, not a TD, but the first TD came from the trick play with Jameis Winston.
Yeah, I remember. It wasn't it Michael Thomas too?
Huh?
It was some Michael Thomas too, right?
No, it was.
Oh no, he had 0 catches. Never mind.
No,
my boy.
Michael Thomas was, it came out that he was injured the whole season.
Yeah, he was about injured. I mean, ain't gonna hold you. Like, I respected him. He tried to get Drew Brees that ring, but it wasn't in the start. I mean, he hasn't officially retired yet. As of today, he has not officially retired. What's today's date, y'all?
23rd in 40 minutes. So let's just say 23rd.
23rd or 22nd of January, as of 11:23 p.m. on the 22nd of January. Drew Brees has not retired yet, but it looks like he will retire. Speaking of retiring quarterbacks, our boy Phillip Rivers retired.
Yeah.
That's good for y'all. Is he Hall of Famer?
Yeah, for sure. Phillip and Drew. Phillip is top 5 in all passing categories. So is Drew. So I don't see how.
I think Drew is probably top 2 or top 3, if I'm not mistaken.
Drew's. I think Peyton Manning's still a better quarterback than Drew. Drew had a better.
No doubt. I think Drew Brees. Peyton Manning's probably better.
Drew Brees definitely had a better end of career than Peyton did, because Peyton, once he got to his last year, he couldn't throw the ball past 20 yards, and Drew Brees was older than him too. So at that point,
I think what took Drew Brees out was that whole less injuries he had. Like, his wife posted on social media all the injuries he battled with this year.
Yeah,
man,
especially the shoulder injury,
the collapsed lungs, broken ribs,
the rib injury.
He's a warrior. He fought through that. Rush respects him. But I'm gonna be real with you. If I would say Drew Brees is definitely a first ballot, I don't think Phillip Rivers would be first. He might get in there, but not.
Oh no, for sure, he's first ballot. Just don't even I'm not saying sometimes clout will get you into this Hall of Fame for basketball mainly, but NFL especially. I hope y'all know, when Michael Vick gets his first ballot, maybe second ballot, he's getting in because he has a lot of clout. One of probably the best mobile quarterbacks to ever play the game. He's probably gonna get in.
I will speak this into existence right now. I don't care who I offend.
What?
Michael Vick should not have gone to jail.
Who? He shouldn't. He shouldn't. He was black. If it was a white person,
If you would disagree with me, I have facts. That man was, though he was with friends who did do illegal dog fights, he was never traced back to that.
he never did it. Like he was just he was there.
He was with the wrong crowd. I'll give you that. He was with the wrong crowd.
Yeah.
And he was never. And I will give you this: if Mike Vick never went to jail for what he did, right, and he shouldn't
Hall
have
of
done,
Fame for sure.
Atlanta would have won a championship.
For sure.
The Falcons would have a ring on them. Like
Didn't
that
he-
man was. I saw that man on 4th and 19 run the ball and get a first down and more.
I know. Yeah.
This dude was different. This dude was the
I keep
original.
hearing- I keep hearing people saying like, and we'll go back to on topic after this, but like people saying Lamar Jackson, and you can compare them for sure, Lamar Jackson and Michael Vick. But like, in my opinion, like Colin Kaepernick and Michael Vick at their very like primes, like Lamar Jackson cannot compare to them at the primes. Not like he might be faster than both of them, but Vick and Cap, one, they could throw the ball way better than Lamar ever could and ever can probably. And two, the way they ran the ball, I feel like when Lamar runs the ball, he just runs and he just looks to like score. Vic and Cap will look to score, but like they're smart about it. Like Vic wouldn't take these unnecessary hits, or like he would, you know what I'm saying? Like especially Cap. Cap was smart. Like when he ran, he ran like Carson Wentz back in 2016. Like he would run, but he'll like slide or he'll like go down immediately. That's the thing. That's the difference between Lamar and those quarterbacks. Lamar's a mobile quarterback.
I think when Lamar came in, he didn't have. I mean, I got love for Lamar. I think Lamar high key could definitely eventually in his career become the number one like rushing quarterback ever to step on the field. He has the potential to do that. But in my opinion, I think he came in and his IQ, his football IQ wasn't as high as Kaepernick or the Falcons. And I'm gonna be real with you, from his rookie year to when he started a playoff game, like and all in a win because Joe Flacco got injured.
Yeah.
So like now, that man IQ has grown immensely. Like we're watching him grow. And I feel like, yeah, that's a true statement right now, right? But I definitely think like maybe next season, maybe the next 2-3 seasons, right? We'll be seeing a much smarter, and I feel like Lamar is making throws, but like some of those, the reason why people don't put him up as a thrower, like I told you that one play where Hollywood Brown's open, and it's like, I mean, I understand the pressure was there, right?
Yeah, you can't miss that though. Like,
the difference between like a him or like an elite passer like a Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen's, right? They'll make that, they'll see it and they'll make it happen, you know?
Yeah.
And no hit on him, especially like the Mark Andrews, pick that should not have been thrown, right?
Yeah.
They will see that the corner is reading him, and they're playing 2-on-1 pretty much. You have two receivers, one in the middle, but one is playing up to like your go-to target. Those are the target. Well, at least he won't drop that. He has hands. He's not a dropper.
Yeah.
And then even if he did, that was second and goal. We had other tries.
Here's my thing, right?
I just think, be real. Give him some time. I mean, I know he's still in his career, but like for a 24-year-old in the league, though, hey, that man's making strides.
Here's the thing, right? Like the way I see it is like, what would a quarterback be without his athleticism? Like if you took Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen, they're athletic. Like if you say Patrick, go run, he can run. If you say Patrick, from now on, like bro, like your athleticism went from like an 80 to like a 60. Like you're Phillip Rivers and Tom Brady now. Patrick Mahomes still gonna be dotting up. Josh Allen. While I feel like Josh Allen might be effective the most compared to Mahomes, he's still gonna dot. Like he's good. Like he's a gunslinger. I feel like Lamar lost his athletic. Like he couldn't run. He became Tom Brady. I just don't think he'd be in the league anymore. Like in my opinion, and that's not because of anything like on. Like I feel like he's an okay quarterback. Like he might be like Geno. Like he's like a way better Dwayne Haskins. Like a way better. But like, at the same time, like like the league nowadays, like you need to run. Tom Brady, Phillip Rivers, they're the exception. They're not the level, like the ordinary. Like now, like if you think like name a team, like the Raiders, Derek Carr, he can move. Like he has a bunch of scrambling highlights. What about the Bears? They have Mitch Trubisky. He literally came in like he can run and do this.
I don't know why he's on the team. Okay.
No, he's not a bad quarterback. Like, I hope y'all know. Like look who he only has Allen Robinson. Like that's the only target that I know.
He had it out now too.
He needs to either leave or the Bears need to fire that coach because first of all, Nagy's not an offensive-minded coach. He's a defensive coach. I don't know why he's in.
I think Allen Robinson's definitely headed out to a team, and I hope they give him the money he wants. Because look, I think he wants to win and be an active receiver, but you have such an accurate quarterback. So
I mean, he's made $45 million, maybe less. I don't know how much of that was guaranteed with Chicago, but he's 28, 29. This is his last contract, last chance to a big deal.
Go somewhere where they'll use you. Like I think like right now with like the type of person he is, I think he if I'm the Browns, right? I'll see what I can get. I would low key talk about like bring up Odell Beckham and trade rumors, right?
Yeah, I mean the Bears don't have.
Without him. Look how far they went without him. Odell. I mean, no defense to Odell, like they did pretty well without him. So I feel like
They're a better team with him, though, in my opinion. Still,
I think they're more lethal with him, but I feel like if like the way Allen Robinson plays, right?
yeah,
I might auction it off, like no, let me bring it up, right? And if I can get money off of that, try and sell maybe Allen Robinson. Because I mean, like to be real with you, like they love Odell in Cleveland. I mean, Odell's a great player. Don't get me wrong. But I mean, look how successful they were without him.
Well, Robinson's he's an unrestricted free agent. So the only way like a sign and trade would work is if like they franchised Allen Robinson, which I don't think is smart because the Bears are pretty much under the cap because they gave Nick Foles like what $26 million last year. So they're damn near under the cap. So the only way that would like he could just go there. But like in my opinion, Miami's like like before the only reason people weren't going to Miami because the team was terrible. Team almost made the playoffs and if Ryan Fitzpatrick played that last game against the Bills, they might have won. Like Tua just doesn't know what he's doing with the offensive coordinator. They fired him. He might be good next year.
Do you think Tua is a franchise quarterback though for the Miami?
I don't think okay, different system, yes. Like different coaching system, yeah. They fired the coach, Chan Gailey, whatever his name was, the offensive coordinator. So I think he might be good now. But like they were just calling slants, they were calling hitches, like they weren't calling anything past 20 yards, which is kind of why I was like, did you see him play at Alabama? Like he was, and they have Devontae Parker who can stretch the field.
He can dot. He can dot. Tua can dot.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's accurate. Like, let him throw the ball further than 15 yards because first of all, y'all not gonna do anything. Like, methodical game plan is good to an extent. Like, you can't just like if the defense knows it's coming every single play, they're gonna adjust. So,
and plus that Miami defense is nice with the corner, especially Xavier Howard
and Byron Jones. Like Byron Jones, he was getting cooked in Dallas, but like they were just targeting him. Like, he went to Miami. No one's targeting him like that. They're targeting the other dude, Xavier, and he has 10 picks. So like, who do you throw to at this point? Like, you can't just throw to Byron Jones. You got to throw to the other side. You know,
pick off almost every quarterback he played this year. Like, especially you got to pick up Patrick Mahomes. Like, it was an end zone. Like, look, I'm telling you right now, like, but if I'm Miami, I mean, I'm gonna look at that what's it called, Deshaun Watson contract
for sure.
I'm not gonna lie, because that can help my offense immensely. Having Deshaun Watson on there.
Oh, but their cap is like, I don't know how they get it, how they make it work. Because let's say they trade Deshaun Watson, right? And then like they're getting off his book, like they're getting him out the books. They take Tua in, and Tua doesn't make any kind of money that Deshaun makes. But let's say bring Tua in, like, do you better want more than just Tua in the trade? Like, you're not just trading quarterback for quarterback. Like, it's not a fair trade.
No, they're gonna want more than Tua. They're gonna want Tua, maybe some picks.
And you know the funny thing is, the Dolphins have the Texans' number 3 pick. So the Texans aren't picking the first round this year. So if I'm the Texans, I'm like, give me my pick back. Like, it's simple.
Yeah, no, that's true. But like, to be real with you, bro, like, if I'm anyone in NFL, do I want to play with Jack Easterby and the Texans? No, I don't.
Their team's really not that bad. Like
the culture there is toxic. This literally reminds me of the Washington football team, like toxic. Like, they're doing was so bad. Like, you're like, oh, you're a franchise player and you want to make a decision? Sure. Psych.
You remember when
you had a voice in our locker room? Psych, you don't. Shut up. That's all it is. Like, it's just really toxic. And like, if I'm real with you, like, I think a lot of players want out.
Oh, for sure. JJ Watt said himself, like, he's a free agent. Like, I might not come back.
I don't want him to. You know, if I'm the Steelers, bro, I want to put him with his brothers. I'm just saying, that'd be tough as hell. Having all 3 Watt brothers on the Steelers, right? I don't think they can afford them, but that'd be amazing.
They need, we're gonna do an episode on free agency, but like the Steelers need offensive weapons. Like, if I'm the Steelers, I'm resigning Juju. I'm getting a running back.
I don't resign him, and then I put my faith on the young guys with Dante Johnson and Chase Claypool.
Don't forget that he still scored 9 touchdowns this year. Like, he was balling.
He did, but I'm not. No, I'm sorry. Like, I don't want to be biased on anything, but like, I think those are the future right now in Pittsburgh. And maybe. I love, like, Dwayne Haskins can be a nice pickup. I feel like, look, I didn't want him to be one and done, a couple years done. What's going on if I wanted him to succeed. So I'm hoping, like, if Big Ben does come back, I love the idea of him, like, taking a year into watching him, right? Yeah, and get, like, real, like, because Big Ben, he hasn't had amazing years. He has, like, 1 or 2 rings, right? I forget.
1. He has one when they beat the Cardinals that Super Bowl year.
Yeah. But so he has the 1 ring. So, like, look at how he plays and takes take some of the stuff in and like just watch.
He's gotten older. Like the way he like again, like I always say Carson Wentz, but like they compare Carson Wentz and Big Ben because like they're not the most mobile, but like if they're out, like you can't just let you have to put a spy up. Like you know what I'm saying?
And one thing also, like what Big Ben has done really good this past year, if you watched him, right?
Yeah.
This dude would let the ball go so quickly. Because there was one time when they're undefeated stretch where he hasn't been sacked since like their first meeting with the Ravens like week 4 and it's like week 11. He hadn't been sacked. So I'm saying like if I'm one thing Dwayne Haskins had a huge issue with was holding onto the ball way too long.
Yeah, I mean every rookie quarterback usually has that problem. They
might so what I'm saying is like learn from him and how let the ball go quickly. Trust the receivers, like throw it into like they better make a break route, throw it to where a break would already be.
Yeah, like throw it ahead. Like again, like what Drew Brees did, do it more, but like do it with like like in the right moments. Like don't just do it.
Like read I think Big Ben could, if he comes back, would be able to teach Dwayne Haskins really well. And I feel like if he really sits down and takes makes it count, my boy Dwayne Haskins could actually be something in Pittsburgh. It could be a dangerous combination, honestly, with Claypool, Johnson, and hey, I like it. And if I'm also in Pittsburgh, I don't re-sign James Conner. Sorry, I'm sorry.
I don't either. Nah, hey Steve, what's his contract looking like? Do you know? Steve, what's it called?
Let me look it up right now.
I'm not his contract, his stats. Because like last year, I know he was injured, but like even like his rookie year when he had like 1,400 yards, was like that's cool and all, but like that O line is something serious. Like there's like Le'Veon Bell was good and all, but like I promise you, like the Steelers O line pretty much stayed the same the past like 8 years. Like it's the same dudes playing with each other. Yeah, old. Like the center's old, the right guard's old.
Myles Garrett showed them what's up. That whole Cleveland D line showed them what's up.
That's what I'm saying. So like I feel like he got blessed, and then they got exposed this year when their right guard Ramon Foster, I think his name, was retired, and like I think they had a couple injuries. Like he had like 600 yards and like 3 touchdowns. Like he's not that. He's okay. Like he's a good backup, but like I don't think he's any like quality starter.
Yeah, I mean James Conner, I love the way he plays, but like I don't think he's the season. I would let him go. That's one let go that kind of hurt my heart was I knew it was coming. Mark Ingram heading out of Baltimore. I mean, ain't gonna hold you. I love Mark Ingram, man.
Everyone loves Mark Ingram. He's just energetic,
and I love the way he was because like he knew like when they drafted J.K. Dobbins, right? And they already had Gus Edwards. That his time was definitely because he's like
he's 30, he's 33, I think. 30.
Yeah, he's getting old, and I mean like I think he will for sure.
Oh yeah,
next year
he's still good. Like
if I'm thinking right now, I think the Bills will be a great place to play for him.
I mean they have Devin Singletary and T.J. Yeldon, so and they're
T.J. Yeldon, to be real with you, is only there for like he only stepped on the field like twice.
Yeah,
against the Ravens, and one of them was a play action.
Yeah, he used to be good on the Jaguars. Like his first year, he had like 1,000 yards, or like combined 1,000 yards. But like I think the Bills, I don't think they might go younger because like I don't, like if I'm the Bills, I don't know why I would sign like a 30. Like if I'm Mark Ingram,
I would get him for like what's it called for mentoring purposes. Because look, he was literally mentoring the mess out of J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards. Like I remember what's called the way he was talking to him. I remember J.K. Dobbins had fumbled, right?
Oh yeah.
He went to the sideline, and that's when what's called he was all down. He was like, "Look, bro, beat J.K. That's all you need to be. That's more than enough, And I love that. Like, I love how he knew like his time was coming up, right?
Yeah.
But he was all right with mentoring. Like, I feel like for real, if he wants a coaching job after he retires, he'll get it.
For sure. I mean, like players like that, like Josh McCown might be the head coach of the Texans. Like I saw that today. Like stuff like that. Like players like those, like true team players, they'll usually find places to like coach like afterwards. But
how'd y'all feel about the Rams and the Packers game?
It was expected. I mean, I didn't expect Jalen Ramsey to get cooked like that, but yeah, Steve.
I'm not going with you.
They played Jalen Ramsey.
They played. This whole defense told him. I mean, like there were plays where, like, I remember there was one play where Jalen Ramsey, it was like at the end zone, and there was no way Jalen Ramsey was going to get there in time. Like literally, like the safety had to pick it up, right?
Yeah.
Never did an easy touchdown to Jamal Adams, and I remember it was called Jalen Ramsey going off on his his safety. Like I would agree. Like I ain't gonna hold you. Then again, Jalen Ramsey's. I mean, it's called Devontae Adams' footwork is amazing.
For sure.
Have you not seen it? One thing I love watching when I watch Devontae Adams is like, the first 2 yards of the after the play, you can get physical with the cornerback, right?
No,
you can put your hands on. This dude doesn't do that. This dude will mess you up with his footwork and book out.
He's not like a speed receiver. Like he's never been. Like early in his career, like he was known for drops. Like that's the one thing with
Devontae Adams, you know, right?
he'll get past you, but like once it like he has a like he had a knack for just dropping the ball. And he got older, he matured. Like the past 2 years, he's been like showing out. But like especially this year, like like I don't think anyone can guard him. And I'm not gonna sit here and call him better than Julio because we've all seen what Julio has done when he's fully healthy with a perfectly capable Matt Ryan, like in a good offense. Julio might go for 2K. Like he's the only receiver that I can compare to Megatron. Like people trying to compare DK Metcalf to Megatron. Yeah, maybe physicality, but he's nowhere near better than Julio or DeAndre Hopkins. And then it's Devontae Adams. Like I'm ready to.
Megatron to this day is the only man I've seen where they deliberately put two corners or two like a safety on the corner on him.
Yeah, you saw that picture. They had one corner facing him, one corner like to a side.
I was like, yo, this man was that much of a problem. And like the thing is, he would still get the ball.
Bro, he was a 6'5", 235-pound demon who ran a 4.25 40.
It was injuries that started on his career, but man, if he stayed healthy,
oh my god, he's still a Hall of Famer. Like I hope y'all know that. Like he had like what 10K yards in 10 seasons. That's crazy,
bro. I want him to be an Hall of Fame. Like to be real with you, sometimes like you said, clout, it'd be crazy. Like remember when Ray Lewis got his Hall of Fame? You know who else won first ballot with him?
Who?
Brian Urlacher.
Yeah, I mean,
no, he's not. No.
I know he's racist, but like,
no. Besides that, his stats don't move to Ray Lewis's.
Yeah, he was still good. Like, he
was good and he was a hard hitter. But Ray Lewis led what's it called Baltimore's defense to 2 Super Bowls, man.
Yeah.
How many rings did what's it called? Did Brian Urlacher release Chicago?
He didn't get any.
They won the Super Bowl and got blown out by Indianapolis. I don't know. Like, I'll be real with you. Like, I love what's it called, Ray Lewis, but Brian Urlacher it's clout.
Oh no, for sure. I mean, the white people can get their vote anyways, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like they gotta get.
What's your predictions for this weekend? So this week we only got 2 games happening. We got the Chiefs hosting the the Bills.
Yep.
And we got in the frozen tundra, we got the Green Bay Packers hosting Tom Brady and the Bucks. Who y'all got winning this? I'm gonna start with Steve.
For the Packers and the Bucks, I think I'm gonna have to go with Aaron Rodgers. His season is really he's been doing like crazy numbers this season. And I just feel like there's you said earlier, it's an underrated defense by the Bucks. I just feel like it's not gonna be enough to stop Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. And then for the Chiefs and for the Bills, I think it's pretty obvious who's gonna win it.
All right, Thomas.
Here's my thing. Right?
I thought you said
go ahead. You done or no?
No, I'm not. I had something else to say.
Go ahead.
You're
lagging like.
I thought the Bills had a chance. Am I lagging?
Very bad.
But you're fine. Keep going.
All right, but I thought the Bills had a chance before Patrick Mahomes came out of concussion protocol, but now that he's out, I don't feel like they do anymore.
Okay.
Wow for that one.
Go ahead, Tommy.
Here's my thing, right? Patrick Mahomes led the league in most uncaught interceptions. So that means like it was like 16 or 17, like I think. So like if half of those were picked off, like I don't think he would be in like the MVP talk. It would just be like Allen and like Rodgers, right? And then here's my thing again. If the Chiefs have a bad game, like a bad day on offense, which is like an average day for any other team in the NFL, if they have an average day on offense, it's going to be a close game. If they ball out like they usually do, Bills might keep up because the Chiefs defense, the corners, there's not a corner on the Chiefs secondary that can guard Stephon Diggs. So unless they sit there and play cover 3 the whole game, Stephon Diggs might go off. And even then, you can't leave John Brown like the speed demon on the outside by himself or Cole Beasley. Like their offenses can match each other. The defenses, Bills have a better defense. So it just depends which offense comes to play. So I'm gonna take the Bills. I'm gonna take the Bills like they're gonna win by like a touchdown, 3 points. It's gonna be close. There's no way it's not gonna be close. But like I'm taking the Bills.
All right, what about the other game, NFC game? Bucks
and the Packers. Here's the thing. What Steven said? He's a bad, man. Yo, Aaron Rodgers, yo, if he comes to like Aaron Rodgers, though, there's some games in playoffs where he just like last year with the 49ers, like, yo, like cut it. Like, don't watch that tape ever again. Because that's not the Aaron Rodgers that Stephen A. Smith calls it bad.
Also, the defense stole that game. Jimmy Garoppolo only threw 9 passes. Raheem Mostert,
I think 2 or 3 of them were touchdowns too.
and Raheem Mostert just ran all over like literally it would be such like every play would be a run play and it would go over 10 to 15 yards. Like, come on, like at one point it's gonna be a run. What are we doing? Stack the box. Yeah. Get there, somebody, but they just didn't.
Well, they got better this year, and they are playing Ronald Jones and Leonard Fournette, so it's not as they're good, but like they're not no Aaron Jones, right? So I don't know. Like, in my opinion, we're talking about Drew Brees and Philip Rivers. Like, Tom Brady, like, has not slowed down. Like, in fact, he looks way younger than anybody. Like, yo, he could probably play for another 5 years. Like, he said he wants to play another 5 years. Like, yo, let's go. I'm rooting for the Bucks. But I'm gonna take the Packers for this one. Wrong division. Same division, but wrong team. But I'm gonna take the Packers. If Aaron Jones, if Aaron Rodgers come to play, and Devontae Adams cooking whatever corners on that side, they're winning the game. The defense, it's honestly, it depends on them. Let me take that back. It depends on the defense. So I'm taking the Packers, taking the Bills.
All right. So I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say definitely I'm excited to watch the Chiefs and Bills game. That game might have been interesting. The battle of quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
The quarterbacks with the best arm, the best arm in like the NFL playing up right now.
Yeah.
Because you could argue a couple of years ago it was Brady and Drew Brees had the best arm, but people getting old, and we can easily tell, especially off that Saints game, that Drew Brees' arm didn't have the same trick that it used to be.
Yeah.
But like now, the young guns showing up, and that game is about to be so fun to watch. I'm definitely excited to see how this this Chiefs defense is ready to handle the wide receiver core of the Bills with Cole Beasley and Stephon Diggs, because man, they have been eating up this year. They haven't eaten up any defense honestly this year, and to be real with you, it's going to be really exciting. And I hope like that. I mean, to make it interesting, I hope that the Chiefs defense can stop a mobile quarterback, because we can't forget if the read isn't there, Josh Allen, that boy can take it on himself. He can run it himself and do it. And I love watching that. As for like the offense of the Chiefs, man, like I hope they're ready for them, because like the one thing I like that makes me envious of the Chiefs is their receiving cores are all speedsters.
Yeah,
they're all fast. I mean, Sammy Watkins might not be as fast, but like Tyreek Hill and Nico Hardman,
yeah,
bro, if you burnt, you're not gonna catch them. Especially Tyreek Hill, you're not gonna catch them.
Mm-hmm.
So Patrick Mahomes make those reads easily. If he sees that he's starting to beat you, he'll just throw it up. Because I will give it 9 times out of 10 this year, especially.
Yeah.
That Tyreek will get under it before it hits the ground. And I mean, it's crazy, but I would definitely want to put my money on the Bills. I feel like it's going to be really interesting. And I don't know. Like, I want the Bills to win again. They're my favorite right now. Coming out of the AFC, I want the Bills to win. I want to, maybe let the Bills get one.
Mm-hmm.
As for the NFC East, man, I feel like it's just going to be hard for NFC. It's going to be hard for what's called the Bucks, because the frozen tundra does things to people, man.
Yeah,
like Green Bay, you talking about 30-something degrees in the snow.
I wish it's snowing. It would be like make the game like snowball or something.
I will never forget one year when Brett Favre was playing. I think it was the Giants in Green Bay, and they were hosting at Green Bay. Mm-hmm. They were serving hot tea instead of Gatorade. Like, you got to understand, like,
some other side stuff, bro.
Not even that, like how cold of a game that is.
Yeah,
hot tea, like, bro. That was I think that was the Giants won the Super Bowl, but like, you got to like to beat Green Bay already is a hard thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and beating them in like freezing temperature,
especially when Tampa, like, they're from Florida. Like, most of these players, like,
we saw how the Rams, the best team in the league, couldn't keep up with the cold.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Like, I'm thinking for sure, like, the Super Bowl for me is looking definitely Bills and Green Bay, and it's going to be in Tampa, so no one has like the weather on their side, and even the way they're both used to the cold.
Yeah.
But I would definitely say I think it's going to be Green Bay and the Bills.
We'll see.
Hopefully I'm right. I mean, I think this week I am 2-2 off the games, and I feel like y'all are 3-2. I feel like
I said the Bills would win, and then I said
I think Steve said Saints. I think we all said Saints too. So
We did all say Saints. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that
we're
was last week. So that's in the 2 column, and then we all said Chiefs, and we all said Green Bay.
so 3-1. You're not 2-2. We're 3-1.
I said the Ravens though.
Oh yeah. Okay. So you're 2-2, and me and him are 3-1.
Yeah. I'm 2-2, but I mean, hey, like hopefully that happens. I mean, if we can squeeze this in one last segment, the go switching gears, I guess, to different sport. Talk about that boy, that bad man. This is a real NBA. It's a bad man.
And
Colin Sexton, man. That man went and did that to the big three. What happened to Scary Hours?
I think he did it today too, right? Yeah, they beat him. I think. Hold on, let me
They
check.
played today too? Oh, I didn't see that.
They beat him today. Because I remember, like, I looked up at one point and it was like 90-79. I was like, "There's no way." Yeah, they lost 125 to 113. And KD didn't play too, but like still, like,
points did Colin Sexton put up?
Colin Sexton had 25 on 8 of 19 shooting, so like a little under 40% or a little under 50%. But he shot 1 for 5. Like, he didn't have a good game. Like, yo, Andre Drummond.
Right, we don't have to worry about today. Earlier this week, this man was looking Kyrie in the face and drilling threes.
I'm sharp. Yeah.
This man was shooting shots over KD.
He
KD
pulled that
almost 7 feet.
pulled that little hezzy 3 on KD, his own move.
Literally, and the thing is, KD is almost 7 feet. That man is not short, bro.
Here's my thing, right? I think, first of all, Joe Harris shot like 1 for 10 last game, which is kind of weird because he's a sharpshooter, right? Like, he's labeled as a sharpshooter. So I don't know. First of all, you can't be doing that. Second of all, how the hell is James Harden on a nightly basis taking the least shots out of all of them? Like, I'm not saying, like, first of all, James Harden isn't like a volume shooter. Like, if he takes 20 shots, he's gonna like make like 10. Like, he's not making 15. KD takes 20 shots, he might make 15. Like, that's why they compare Harden to Kobe.
KD low key might make, if he's having a good night, he might make all 20. He might just.
That's what I'm saying. Like, like KD, like, he makes more shots than like he makes more shots. Like, you know what I'm saying? He makes more shots than he misses. Let me say it like that. But Harden, like, he might take 25, he might make 13, but he'll go to the line like 15, 20 times, which is why he'll have like 49 games on 25 shooting. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But why is Kyrie taking more shots than, like, if you're a point guard, you always, like, like, my coaches told me this when I was playing basketball, like, first, second grade, like, the point guard is supposed to dish out and take the least amount of shots per game. Now I understand it's Kyrie.
Mm-hmm.
But, if you have KD and James Harden, like, you don't need to shoot the ball that much.
I think the most accurate person on that team is definitely KD.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you have KD, James Harden can go get me a bucket. Like, I'm putting the ball in James Harden's hands. Like, go get me 3 points. All right, step back. Like,
but you like, it's hard for me to see this Nets team doing that. I mean, it was exciting to see that, right?
Yeah.
But it's hard for me to believe that they're ever gonna actually we're all 3 of them on that team.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they better be like that. I think like next year or next offseason, like somebody better leave.
It depends what happens, right? Here's the thing. I don't think they need to separate, but I think they need to get more like defensive identity. Like, looking at that roster, bro. James Harden, Joe Harris, Kyrie, DeAndre Jordan, who's like 33, he needs to retire or something.
They traded Jared Allen, right?
Huh? They traded Jared Allen to the Cavs. I don't know why.
That was their main in the paint block.
I'm saying, like, Jared Allen I think he was starting over DeAndre Jordan. Now they're starting Jordan and keeping Jared Allen. It doesn't make any sense. And they have somebody named B. Brown, who I don't even know. They have Jeff Green. They have Luau Cabaret. And I only know him because he was on the Sixers. Landry Shamet, who's on the Sixers too. And then R. Perry. And then T. Johnson. Like, I don't know these kids. Like, they're playing randoms off the G League, like, at this point, just for roster spots.
I mean, I feel like, again, out of everyone there, only one person can play straps. And again, I think that's KD. And that's not even always straps. It's like he can play defense.
He'll try. Like, Kyrie, I don't think tries that much. And if he does,
James Harden is known for his lack of defense.
So I'm saying James Harden.
This dude literally last year on the All-Star season, he got offended because Giannis said, when they were picking All-Star teams, right? Mm-hmm. Giannis said, I want someone to play defense. And James Harden got in this film. I mean, it's the truth. I've seen that man time and time again give up on plays.
He's not as bad as people make him out to be, because
but you'll have moments where it's just like, oh, what the hell?
He's definitely had, like, like, for sometimes, like, that's me too. Like, if I'm playing ball and then, like, we're like losing and then something happens, like, screw this. I'm not playing defense. Like, I'm done.
It's upsetting. I mean, you want defense from your star player, but I mean, again, no. If I'm being real with you, I don't see that team going far. I mean, playoffs for sure. Oh, don't be wrong.
Like, they're beating whoever is, like, they're gonna get to at least the conference championships, if not the semis. Like, they're making it.
I mean, I've seen them get in the playoffs. Definitely past the first round too, right?
Because, like, they're a second seed right now. They're playing Probably like something like the Knicks, maybe Magic. Like
The Knicks. Oh, Knicks kind of surprising. I ain't gonna hold you.
Knicks are like the 6th seed right now.
The
Hold on, let
Knicks
me
beat
look
the
at that.
Warriors, didn't they?
They beat the
They beat-
Warriors, man. They beat the
Okay,
Warriors.
hold on. This isn't the Warriors
home.
that we're of old. Like this isn't the Warriors that we're used to. Don't get it twisted now.
That squad's still
Still.
stacked.
They're I like they beat. Don't say they beat Curry. They beat the Warriors. They beat Curry. Let's say it like that.
Okay. The refs teed up.
RJ did drop like 28.
The refs teed up Draymond Green for breathing. So really,
They took the tech back.
Oh, yeah, I mean, they don't he doesn't pay money, but like that's still wild. Like the fact that he got like they lost. They didn't lose because he left, but like that's a reason why they lost.
that's a big key. Like again, like one thing about Draymond, he's perceived as like someone arrogant and just yells, but the dude actually out here like is helpful. I think he's very passionate. I don't think he's out how to make it. He's not a jerk or anything. I think he's very passionate about this game, right?
Yeah.
He wants to see his teammates do great.
Damn, yo, the Heat are 6-8. They're not even in the playoffs right now. They're like 11th. Like they're still like 50 more games, but like they're 11th. The Knicks.
I'm pretty sure the Washington Wizards are very
Nah, it's the Pistons. Granted, like the Pistons have played 15 games, the Wizards only played 11. So
I'm sorry. You know how we all be super football? We're all screaming free Deshaun. I might be sorry. I must start screaming free Bradley Beal.
Here's the rankings right now. So it's 1 is the Sixers, 2 is the Bucks, 3 is the Pacers, Celtics, Cavs, Hawks, Nets. Nets are 7th seed. They're not even the 2nd seed anymore. They're the 7th seed right now. They're 9-8. That's crazy. You have 3 Hall of Famers. You can't even say All Stars. They're Hall of Famers.
For sure.
Playing, and like this kind of reminds me of like Paul Pierce, like the Celtics big 3, like Paul Pierce,
KG, Paul Pierce, and Ray Allen.
Yeah, but like Ray Allen's KD, Kevin Garnett is James Harden, like personality wise at least, and then like who else? Paul Pierce is Kyrie. Like, yo, like they won 1 championship, right? But like, yo, like it was not worth like like what's it called? The Nets had Celtics picks until like now. Like they still have picks from that trade.
Really?
Yes, because they sent Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce to the Nets for like 6-7 first round picks, and they spaced it out. So let's say you like have a bad year, so you have your first round pick like every other year. So like they had their picks to like 20. The Jason Tatum pick was literally from the Nets.
Why did I not know that?
That like the Celtics weren't bad that year. They went to the playoffs.
Man, all I'm saying is right now, the way it's looking, NBA for real has definitely changed over like the last couple of years. Like teams we were thinking were trash are actually doing decent. Again, the Knicks. I don't want to drink some now, but the Knicks.
The Hawks, the Cavs are 5.
That was in the making. That front office is amazing. That front office saw that boy Trae Young was doing it all by himself and got him help.
Danilo Gallinari. They got what's his face? Rajon Rondo.
They got what's his name? What's it called? Clint Capella in the center.
Clint Capella. That's what he needed. Like they had no big. Like
they got him an amazing because that was when Houston wanted to go small ball. I don't want to go into that. That was very stupid. But
they would have probably beat like if they had him in the bubble, they probably would have beat the Lakers because the Lakers. I'm not saying Clint Capella is better than.
I mean, you think he would outball JaVale McGee?
That's what I'm saying. Or like what? Who's the other center they had? Dwight Howard. Like. Yo, like Clint Capella's probably like the pick and roll. Like that's a hard.
I love how it's called. Like that man he began boards. Clint Capella began boards.
Clint Capella has never said anything, bro. He just does his job, does good, and leaves. Like he's like.
And I really believe like the idea to go small ball in Houston. That's what their demise was. Like we literally saw like when they went small ball, team would give it to their center.
Small ball really never worked. Like the people always say small ball, and they say, oh, look at the Warriors, right? The Warriors had Andrew Bogut on the bench, so like if they ever needed him, hey yo, let's go, like get in.
What blew me the most was like if you saw like, bro, like when they play the Lakers, give it to Dwight Howard, JaVale McGee. Even if you want to put what's called Anthony Davis in the paint, give it up to him.
Like they would run like the Lakers when they would go small ball, like they would just take everyone out and leave AD in. Now AD is like what 6'10". That's not really small ball, but like that's like the smallest ball you can really go without it being a problem. The Rockets' tallest dude was 6'6", I think. Like
what? Like how are you gonna succeed? Like
that's tall to us because if I see someone 6'6",
of course that's regular for like we barely grazing 6 feet. Yeah, that's gonna be tall to us. But like
NBA, like you need someone like 4 inches taller than that, like at least.
I think that was very dumb on their end. Clint Capella was definitely, I think, like a really good center, right?
Yeah.
if not a rising star, definitely like he's gonna have a year where he's gonna be an all-star center, right?
Yeah.
Handing him off, just
It would have been smart if they got something in return that like at least a big in return. If they signed like somebody like Boogie,
didn't they just cut him, right?
they got him what Boogie this year.
No. Clint Capella.
They got rid of him last year. Like not
They cut him or they just trade him away?
they traded him. They traded him. I think they got what's his face? Trevor Ariza back. I think they got him back from like I don't know why. They let him go and let him come back or something. I don't know. I forget the trade. It was like 2 years ago. But it was it worth it? Like, did you have fun? Like you see what
I
happened.
think another team that like is crushed right now, but that was doing really well and balling out. Trailblazers.
What are they?
I know CJ McCollum is out. What's it called? I think he hurt his foot.
He fractured his ankle or something.
Yeah, like something like that. That's devastating, man, because they were balling out. And man, I'm telling you,
they're still good. They're fifth in the West right now. That's the West.
I'm telling you, I want to say this right now.
Yeah.
All of y'all better start putting respect on my boy Carmelo Anthony right now.
And Carl Anthony Towns. They're
3-0. No, Carmelo Anthony.
Oh, Carmelo. Is he still playing?
He's still with the Trailblazers, bro. I have a jersey, bro. I rep that man.
I want a jersey.
I have love. Carmelo has been proving haters wrong since the beginning of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's coming out of Syracuse. Carmelo's pretty good, but he was putting the Nuggets on his back, and then the Knicks on his back. That man made the Knicks fun to watch.
Yeah.
And then they were like, "Oh, he might be washed up." He was drilling game winners in the bubble. Put respect on that boy, Carmelo.
Yeah.
Like I promise you, like that man. I hope he signs for another year, and hopefully they can get him a ring with the Lakers, bro.
I mean, it's way too early to tell. Like right now with the playoffs, like of course Lakers are gonna make it, Clippers are gonna make it, like Sixers gonna make it. Like you can tell those teams are gonna make it, but like below the 5 for both conferences, like it's murky. Like anyone can make it. Like for example, like the Nuggets are 10th in the division right now for the West.
Nuggets will make it happen. Nuggets and Jazz will make it happen.
You see what I'm saying? Oh, the Jazz are second right now, actually. But
no, I know, but I'm saying those two teams are definitely good. And I want to see them in the playoffs again. That was an exciting series.
But like again, like new teams are gonna be in the playoffs this year. Like two teams, like the Thunder and the Rockets, who made the playoffs last year, aren't making it this year. Like just probably like based off of what's going on. The Rockets could make it because I feel like Victor Oladipo is not necessarily better than James Harden, but he fits the Rockets better than what he was doing, right? So
I feel like James Oladipo shares the ball around, also can make it happen.
He plays better defense for sure. Like he's just good.
You can. I also feel like what's called like again, like you said, point guards, he can dish it out, right?
Yeah.
And also, I feel like when he needs to put the team on his back, he can do that. He's been doing that in Indianapolis for how many years?
They only got rid of him because he got injured, and like he just like they kind of moved on from like giving him the ball. They gotta start doing like.
Of course, but I'm telling you right now, bro. Like, I just read some of piece. Carmelo Anthony, he's a goat. Please, I don't want to hear no one talk, bro. No one talk trash about Carmelo Anthony ever again.
No one. It is. I mean, if we're being honest, like he definitely didn't. He didn't exceed to the point where Dwayne Wade and LeBron, because and Chris Paul, like all four of them, kind of like they're friends and stuff. They he's probably the one with like the worst, not career, but like the worst, like
I mean, you could say career because like all of them have had amazing careers.
For sure. Like that draft was goated, probably like the best draft to ever. Like
the thing I also hate so much is like being friends with such legends.
Yeah.
And then you're like, but don't get me wrong, like I don't think he has a ring, and I want him to get a ring.
He needs one.
For real, LeBron might just sign with the Lakers in the last couple of years.
I don't know why he does.
That would be a lethal combination. I don't know what to do. Like, plus they can make it happen. LeBron would talk him into taking like a veteran minimum.
He would do it. Carmelo makes a lot of money. His wife is rich. Like, like they both make, and he's made like the Knicks deal was like $94 million. The Nuggets probably gave him a lot of money too. Like,
like when he was playing, I think his prime was definitely with the Knicks, right? His prime he had it with the Nuggets, but he also was shown out with the Knicks.
The Knicks kind of he stopped like being like the dominant, like he was a slasher. Like people don't think like he was slash.
Couple years with the Knicks though.
Oh, for sure.
That man was unstoppable. Like
he had a 60-point game with no assists, no turnovers, no like basically zeros in every stat line except for points. He had 60 points. I was like, that's tough.
He put the team on his back, man, and like everybody wanted to watch the Knicks, bro. Carmelo Anthony again is goated, bro. 3 shots to the dome. That man is amazing, man.
That's like, yes, sir.
I'm telling you right now, he's definitely Hall of Famer. But I mean, as NBA goes, right now, Colin Sexton is probably the best out of his draft class.
Who's in that draft class? That's a draft class with.
I don't remember, but I remember he got drafted the year LeBron left Cleveland again.
Did he? Oh, because I remember like he's like, I want him to stay. Whatever.
Yeah, he was the bro was running back again. I can make it happen. He's talking. Hey, he's talking his talk. He can make it happen.
I think that was Jason Tatum's draft class. If it was, then no. But
if it wasn't his champ, he's one of the best.
Yeah, he's definitely better than Markelle Fultz. Which,
but okay, I want to say this right.
Yeah, last thing.
He is better than De'Aaron Fox.
For sure.
De'Aaron Fox.
He's good. He's
I feel like didn't the Kings just sign him to a max contract?
Yeah, like 164 mil. Yeah. I mean, for what it's worth, like
that's all I'm gonna say.
First team before he got there.
Yeah, but like
he can't carry. He's not even like
exactly. I'm saying like I understand what like people who carry teams get max contract and make a difference, right?
Yeah. I mean, Ben Simmons got a max contract. He got 150 million. So
the thing with Ben Simmons, I feel like
he plays defense. So
he plays defense, and I feel like also like the Philly's going somewhere. Like I mean, granted, he can't carry all by himself, right?
Yeah.
But like he can still show up when you need. Like, damn, I have nothing to say for it. It's my thing. Like you telling me right now, the Pelicans sat down and was like, we need to give our best player on this team a max contract. Lonzo Ball. What? The whole place will be like, whoa. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's my thing. Well, that's enough for today.
Yeah. So that's whatever for now. Because De'Aaron Fox, in my opinion, will. I'm playing. I don't even know De'Aaron Fox stats like that. The Kings will be fine, though. If Buddy Hield starts making the shots, Bogdanovich, they got a good.
Sign Buddy Hield to a contract. I understand.
Yeah, he did. He's at a contract right now, 94 mil.
I'm saying, dude, if they signed him over max contract over like De'Aaron Fox,
they signed him first.
I wouldn't be mad.
Yeah. No, they signed Buddy Hield the year before.
Yeah. Look.
But all right.
They're not the best team in California. They're the worst team in California. Put that out there right now.
Oh, for sure. There's 3 teams. Yeah, of course. I mean, the Lakers and Clippers. You're comparing it to like Jesus. Okay, let me chill before I make some kind of.
You're being Jesus God.
God? Jesus? I forgot there's 3 of them.
Like, what's it called? Like,
God, Jesus, Holy Spirit. They're equal. Like.
Hockey. I'm like, all right.
All right, y'all. Thank you for watching the second episode of the Front Office Podcast featuring me, Steve, and Neb. Please catch us. I think we're going to upload Saturday, so please catch us every Saturday at noon. So tell your mom, tell your aunt, tell your Liga Diakon to go tell everybody. Just share it. But yeah, that's it from us. Peace.
It'll be easy.
Oh, shoot. This is going to make it into the video.